Hey, welcome back in today's video. We're going to be talking about Chris Hansen and the way he's been handling the Antics investigation. I've seen comments where people are concerned. Is he doing this right? Is he putting people in danger? I've looked into it, and I feel like I have enough here to have a little bit of a conversation. I think it's going to be a little bit shorter of a video, but that's okay because the information changes situations. That's right. So most recently, we've talked about video footage that was released where Hansen had called the law on Chris Hansen, and a lot of people were very excited about this. This is the first time we've seen somebody so aggressively going after this, doing something, trying to make a change. But then there was another part of the aspect where people were like, wait a minute, there's kids there, he's putting these people in danger. He was videoing the outside of Greg's house. Is that not doxing? I guess the first place to start is doxing illegal? Doxing is an illegal act in the U.S. if it's used to harass, intimidate someone to any extent, according to law firm Brickfield and Donahue. For these purposes, it's irrelevant if the information is publicly available or not. When a person is doxed for any other reason, if the doxer used illegal methods of attaining private information, it also becomes illegal. One article talks about interesting differences between doxing and reporting. For one, most doxing is done by anonymous agents. Reporters have bylines and can therefore be held accountable ethically, legally, and financially for the words they write and the repercussions those words have. Reporters announce their intentions and their profession openly, while doxers could be anybody. Reporters include only personal information that is relevant to a story, facts the public has a compelling interest in knowing. So pretty much that's the main difference between journalism. And Chris Hansen's been doing this for decades, and he's got a lot of experience in it. But what I'm thinking is that it's so new to bring to the YouTube realm. It's like there's a difference like in rules and guidelines that the internet has, that the YouTube viewers have. And I think this is, like I said, the unknown. I think it's new. I think it's something that's yet to be experienced on this level, but it's pretty common in other realms of
society.
I made a tweet earlier today that said some people question Chris Hansen's ethics during his Antics investigation. This type of journalism can put you on the front lines of difficult situations. I think it's crossing into the YouTube realm that's scary. People just haven't seen this before. It's the unknown, and I asked for your thoughts. One person said, some of the people outraged must not have been alive or old enough when he hosted the TV show To Catch a Predator. For those of you that don't know or have not heard of To Catch a Predator, it was a show that aired on Dateline NBC, and it was hosted by Chris Hansen, where he caught would-be predators and prevented them from doing some awful things. One user says, this is bringing YouTube's and the internet as a whole's largest problem into the limelight. Another one saying, honestly, I don't think it's cool only because the YouTube world is all about pitchforks and mob mentality. Even if Hansen is totally in the wrong, it could get into a very dangerous territory. Another person saying it's quite normal in journalism outside of YouTube. That's what I've been hearing, so let's check out exactly what investigative journalism entails. One article says that while definitions of investigative reporting vary among professional journalism groups, there is a broad agreement of its major components: systematic, in-depth, and original research and reporting, often involving the unearthing of secrets. Others note that its practice often involves heavy use of public records and data, with a focus on social justice and accountability, which can be seen most recently, where he's unearthed some secrets that the public, they want to know.
Still, I learned an awful lot in my investigation as to what's been going on inside that house. You'll find out more in the days to come.
And Chris Hansen's been doing this for decades. Here's a 1990 photo of him and Jim Crawl approaching a suspect at their home. So hopefully at this point, this gives you a little bit more information about what Chris actually does as a journalist and what his main priorities are. And you can let me know in the comment section, do you agree with this? Do you don't? Like, just, it's a whole conversation. But there are some things that I am concerned with, and that's like mainly the security of his inside circle. Some major things have been leaked, and there's a lot of controversy that's been going on as of recent. Now, over on the Repzilla Twitter, I tweeted two things that were leaked. It was the video of him showing up at Hansen's house during the investigation, and the police files and police reports, even as far as the call, and also I found the actual 911 telephone call that Chris Hansen did eventually release, but I obtained this information even before he released it because it was leaked. Now, there were some people that were speculating who this could have been, and it ties into a little bit of other under-the-table controversy that's been going on behind the scenes. So as you can see here, this is the video that was leaked, and you can tell this is like a Google Hangouts call with a couple people of Chris's inside circle. Now, one person named Vince Nicoltra, I believe that's his name. Sorry if I mispronounced that. He's been a topic of interest to the community because of some things from the past involving what I'm told is the TCAP community. But there's a lot of layers to this, but I'm told that it itself includes doxing, harassment, and other things like that. It would be very, very bad if these things were true. Here are some more comments about concerns and reasoning coming from both sides. He's not the effing police. I don't know why people think this is changing anything. This is too far. There are kids in that house. In my opinion, it was a step too far. Anision clearly does not want to speak to him and is under no obligation to. If there are still kids in that house, let the FBI and appropriate services deal with it now. He is a journalist first and foremost. He's been doing this for years. Every journalist does this, and many are forgetting that part too. Minimalizing his previous work because he's on YouTube now, which makes no difference in his credentials. I don't think it's any different to what he's done previously on TV, but because YouTube is so gray with the rules, it is kind of hard to tell what's allowed and what's not in YouTube journalism. That's also an interesting point. Is there a fine line there, or is there a completely new element of YouTube journalism versus real investigative journalism? Is it a new label altogether? I think we've talked about enough to have some really good conversations going in the comments section below, but as interesting as this is, there's always something that's more interesting to me. That's right, you guessed it. I want to know what you think, so why don't you go ahead and leave your creative and interesting responses in the comment box below. Thumbs up for those likes. As always, brothers and sisters, I will see you in the next video. There's a lot of different avenues that this could break off into with the Vincent stuff, and if they do have someone that is leaking information on the inside, I don't see that as good for Chris Hansen's work. It could complicate and endanger investigations that he has ongoing, especially if this person is doxing and doing different things like that. But other than that, I'm trying to build up my Facebook. I'm going to start doing more live streams. I tested a live stream last night, but I am not good at it. I can't for the life of me figure out how to do live streams on Facebook. Head over to facebook.com/the.repzilla. I do release some other behind the scenes content over there, but what I want to mainly use this for is talking to you guys more and getting some more in-depth information out there, and maybe just some new things along the way. But what I'm going to do is, if you guys want to talk to me, DM me over there. Please follow. We're currently at like 1.5 thousand. I'm trying to get to 10,000 because I want to get like a verification on there if it's possible. Yeah, currently at 1,559 people who like the page, 1,638 people who follow this. I really don't know what the difference is from liking and following, but go over there and do both. Hit me up in the DMs if you have any suggestions or anything like that. I will be replying to everyone who reaches out over there, which is a big deal for me since I've disabled public DMs on most of my social media because it's like watering the garden mentally. You can't keep up with everything all the time, so you try to just cut off certain avenues, cut off different things. That way you have the proper attention to the proper things. I hope that makes any sense at all. But do me a favor, also a good way to support the channel is by getting the official Rep Squad mug. That, where's it at? Right here. And it smells and tastes like pizza, so that's just a really cool thing there. And yeah, it's another way to show that you're repping. And if you're not repping, you're Greg. And how you do that, I'll go to subscribe and notifications turn on. Be in the comment section for every single video because I'm going to be there. Greg the cat's going to be there, and the rest of the Rep Squad community as well. And I expect to see you there too because this channel loves you. Oh yeah, man. Everybody's saying they like my hair, but I literally can't stand this color. I just can't.